5 things you should consider before choosing a school of nursing to attend. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Ogo. I'm a nursing student in my penultimate year. You're welcome to my channel. Please stay to the end of this video. Try and watch to the end because the number 5 is very important. Don't watch and then go away. Just stay to the end. So today I will be talking about 5 things you should consider before choosing a school of nursing to attend. These are like 5 basic things you should have in mind, before you just go ahead and buy an entrance form for one school of nursing or the other. You get? Okay, so let's just delve in immediately. Number 1 thing you should consider is the quota of the school. Now, every school, according to the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, every school has a quota of the number of students they are supposed to take annually. Coming to universities, some universities take more than the required number of students, but at the long run it tends to affect the students because the indexing is a prerequisite before you write your nursing counts, and it is the quota that will determine the number of students that will be indexed yearly. So it is very important that you check the quota of every school. It will help you determine which school to go for. For instance, now there are some schools that have a quota of 50, thus they have to admit only 50 students, and then there are some schools that have quota of up to 150 students. So you know that if you apply for a school that has a quota of 150, you have a higher chances of getting into nursing school rather than when you apply for a school that has a quota of 50. So it is very important that you consider the quota. I'll be leaving the link of where you can download the PDF of the quota of all the nursing schools in Nigeria, so you know the school to apply for. The thing you have to consider is the location of the school. Some people choose their nursing school based on location. Some people like, no, I don't want to go anywhere far away from home. I want to stay close to home. Some people will tell you they want to be as far away from home as possible. So it depends on your choice and then the consideration you're making. But sometimes staying close to home is good because sometimes you may not have break in nursing, and the little break you have said they give you 1 week or 2 weeks break. If you stay far away, you consider the transportation, the cost of transportation and everything before you are able to travel back home and come back to school, and then you'll be like, no, let me just stay till the end of the year. So you will find out that you can stay for 1 year or more than 1 year before even visiting home again. Unless you want to stay as far away from home as possible, don't choose a nursing school that is not close to where you stay. It's very important. Okay, the third thing you need to consider is the standard or cost of living in the area. Now, if you're looking forward to achieving a more affordable school or place to study, you have to consider the area you're going for. For instance, if you're a nursing student in Lagos and then a nursing student in Jos, you won't be spending the same amount. Even though they're both in Nigeria, you won't be spending the same amount. Consider it if you want to stay off campus, like you don't want to live in the school hostel. You know that the house rent in Lagos is costlier than the house rent in Jos. So you have to do this comparison depending on your pocket, so that you don't end up going to a place that will frustrate you. Some areas are quite expensive in terms of even getting foodstuffs and all that. Some areas are quite expensive. So if you're on a tight budget, it is important to put this into consideration before deciding on which school to go. First thing you need to consider is the school fees. Different schools have different school fees that they're paying. For instance, now in my school, it varies yearly. The amount you pay as a student varies every single year. So it's always costlier when you are entering. When you're entering, your budget should be around 150,000 naira for school fees alone. That is in University of Nigeria Enugu campus. Budget around 150,000 naira to clear off everything. Whereas some schools, I was asking my friend in Ebonyi, Mater Misericordia School of Nursing, and she was like, if you're coming into their own school of nursing should budget around 500,000 naira just as first year. Then other subsequent year you'll be paying around 200,000 naira or thereabouts. So depending on the school, if depending on your budget, if you have a buoyant sponsor, you'll be able to know which school to go for. Universities sometimes sound more cheaper, but in the real sense they are not really cheaper, because you spend 5 years. By the time you calculate it at the long run and then all the other expenses that you'll be making, you'll find out that universities are quite expensive. So just put this into consideration when you are deciding on which school to go for. If you're sponsoring yourself, you'll be able to know if you'll be meeting up with the income required yearly for school fees, if you'll be meeting up with it. So the final thing you need to consider, is the best. In as much as Nigeria nursing schools do not have best per se, they do not recognize any school as being the best, there are still best nursing schools available. There are still nursing schools that are better than the other ones. So if you want to acquire a very good training, it is important to put this also in consideration. Some nursing schools will stress your life. Some nursing schools, the learning environment is very poor, even though the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria try to regulate this so that before you are accredited as a nursing school, you would have met some basic requirements. But still, some nursing schools are whack. So if you are intending going for nursing school, try and ask the students there what their experiences is like. Of course, they'll definitely tell you it's stressful, is this, but that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is what kind of training do they receive? Will they encourage someone else to come to their school? That is what you're looking for. Ask the students there that question. If they will encourage any other person to come to that school. It is very important. And if the answer is no, well, you know what to do. I'm so happy you watched today's video. Thank you for watching, and then stay tuned for my next video. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. Subscribe to this channel and let's vibe together. Thank you for watching, and bye.